Going to try and transcript me as well. So, evening everyone, welcome to the live draw of the Games Gone African Cup of Nations team draw. So I'm gonna show. Obviously, you've all had the information about how it's all gonna work, how it's gonna run, how the groups are set up, how the knockout legs work. I don't know about golden goal, extra time, shit like that. But we'll all learn together. You all know about how the game engine's gonna work. I'll be exploring a bit more and telling you a bit more about how you're gonna sort of dial in and manage live during while the games are on. But first things first, we need to draw some teams. You've all had a little sneaky look at some of the squads. The squads are going through our Twitter page as well. So you can dip in there. Now, what I would say is they are the original squads. The game, when you load it up, throws out some weird and wonderful things. So you probably see, looking at my screen, that we're actually in February of 2002, which is the first day of the African Cup of Nations. Chris has just joined us as well, which is the first day of the African Cup of Nations fixture for game week 1. And obviously half of these players are halfway through a season, so some of them have picked up knocks and whatever. So as I go through and as I draw the team, I would say probably 80% of the teams are fully fit and fully functioning. Actually, probably a bit less, but you'll see from the screen there, there's a brown injury for Zanoni. But I'll sort of go in as we draw them out. But small matter at hand first is this team. So you can see that's Liberia. All right, Liberia really struggled. Just the look of the draw, I think they are 2 centre halves down. Them centre halves are Marcel Desailly and Hierro. They've gone down. They've also got Ivan Helguero, who is out for a few days. It's the 9th today, but their first fixture is today. So he's out for a few days. He'll probably be back for the second game. You also had a problem with Karol Poborski and another. So ZZ Roberts and Georgie Weir have come in from the original team that would come in. So Liberia were really shot to shit. They were the worst ones. So Duggan and Hopkins have kindly thrown their names in the hat to manage these as a bit of a dead duck. I've got these separate in a separate pot, Duggan and Hopkins for Liberia, the first name out the hat. So what I'll do is I'll draw one of them out and then I'll put them in the pot with the other names and then they will just become another one. So first name out for tonight, managing a Liberia team. What are you hoping for here, Duggan?
I'm hoping it's Hopkins. I mean, it's a good little cop out if Hopkins gets Liberia because I mean he's going to tank, isn't he? So it's a good little. It's not a bad cop out to get the dead duck, I think. But yeah, absolutely don't want these.
Well, I'll tell you who it is. It's only Hopkins.
Yeah.
Hopkins. Duggan, can you make note of who's drawn who? Yeah, I'll put them next side by side. So Jamie Hopkins, you haven't joined the chat, and you're also joining Ollis Davey and Kivu in Liberia. So they are. That's first name out.
You'd be glad to have the likes of Prutton and the likes of Boya, Van Bronckhorst.
Not
that bad, but just a little bit short at the back, I think.
No, I think when you look at it, mate, I think they're probably on paper the worst side, even with the 2 centre halves. Do you not agree?
Yeah, 100%. But there's something in there for him to play around with.
I don't know whether he will. I mean, looking at his Dragons form, I don't know whether he will.
Yeah, I just got them at a 2-2 draw against Egypt on their first game, so not too bad.
So, Duggan, your name's gone into the pot for the team. So I'll flick through. There's a player missing for Liberia, so he's going to have to. That player is a centre half, so he's going to have to make a decision. I'll message Hopkins directly about that anyway. But what do you want to do? Do you want to do? Now we've got an even number of managers and teams. You want to do teams first and then managers?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
all right. Now I'll bring the screen up and we'll do it that way. So first team or second team out is Angola. So let's have a look at the Angolan team. 23 players. Any team news for Angola? No, we're looking at fully fit Angola squad with 23 players to select from. you know, they're elite players. Well, they're goalkeepers. They're elite. Goalkeeper Dudek, Lilian Thuram is their elite player in there. David Beckham. Their main striker is Trezeguet.
I think there'll be a pretty solid kind of 2-3 or 2-4 setup there, and then I think the question will be what people do in between the kind of midfield and the attack. I think that's where you're going to struggle with this squad, kind of the AMC, EML, or kind of sort of positions. I think, but looks as though it'd be a pretty solid kind of 2-4 or 2-3 maybe. Yeah.
Anyone else else is on the call? You feel free to unmute and you can put your pen in if you want.
Alf's joined us there, would I? Hiya, Alf,
Oh,
mate. Good to see you.
Evening, Alfie. Okay, so we're just about to join. Just so those of you just joining, Angola. So Liberia have been drawn by Jamie Hopkins. He's going to probably finish bottom of that league as well. It's mini league as well. Angola we've just drawn out, so I'll draw the first manager that's going to link up with Angola, and that is Mr. Tato Mourinho. So I don't know if Mourinho's watching tonight or he probably watched back, but Mr. Potato Mourinho has been drawn with Angola. How do you think he'll enjoy them?
He likes a little bit of a challenge, but I think he'll be. Knowing Tato, he'd probably be unhappy that there's not enough kind of cult champ heroes in there, other than kind of Okoro Congo, really. Yeah.
Okay, all right. At least he's got a fit squad to go from. I'll do the next.
I think Alpha's very, very kindly and politely put his hand up there to come in. Alpha, that's a very, very nice way of doing it.
Can if he wants, yeah. Talking, or do I need to unmute him?
I don't know. I think you might have. Is that a hand up, Alpha? Or was that an accident hand up?
Typing to us. We can hear you, Alpha. If you want to say.
Can hear you, mate. No? Okay. Crack on.
Crack on, right. We'll do the next. Oh, he can't hear. He's saying no
okay.
sound. So can you just? It is transcribed. I think it's trying to keep up with me, but I'll draw the third name out the hat is Ghana. So you can see that it's Ghana. Ghana coming out the hat. I'll bring the Ghana squad up for you. Ghana. So Ghana, we're looking at any team news for Ghana. No, fully fit squad, fully fit 23 players to pick from. They're elite players. You're looking at Alessandro Nesta in there, Figo. You've got some strong.
I think Robin's in there as well, isn't he?
Robin, yeah, but season 1, Robin. Yeah.
Probably too early for him.
Yeah. Like you say, he's a wild card. He didn't make the cut for any of the current ability stuff. He's a wild card in there. I mean, I like the look of. I like Danielson as a personal on like the home saves and stuff. It's unfortunate when you end up with 4 goalkeepers, but probably to be fair, your 4th goalkeeper. I don't know. Who's your star one there? Nigma Tulin.
Yeah, you probably play Nigma Tulin. It's probably a season too early for Chiotis, maybe.
Probably right there, but it's unfortunate when you end up with 4 goalkeepers. Unlucky. And Ghana will be managed by I don't know. Duggan, can you keep it in the chat so people can't hear me? Then they can just that'll be managed by Mr. Dimble. So Dimble is the Ghanaian Howard Kendall, if you want to see that. So yeah, Mr. Dimble, you've got anyone who played for both in terms of his Churchtown save or anything? Perez, he had, didn't he, for a bit?
Did, mate, but he shipped him out. There's no I think he got rid of Delvecchio. No one in there that's jumping out. Smuts, any thoughts on Ghana, Smuts, if you're there?
I think it's going to be interesting, isn't it? They've got you expected nothing else, all right? They've got a very, very, very good back two there. Very good centre-back partnership in Stam and Nesta straight away. Nick Matullen, one of probably the best goalkeepers on the game, if I'm honest. But there isn't a lot in the midfield area, I'll be honest. And potentially one of the the worst of the strike forces in all the teams, I think.
Yeah. I think you'd probably just gamble on Alan Smith. I know it's probably early for him, but stats wise, he's probably streets ahead of the other options in the save there, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, the one I looked at in testing earlier was Chiesa. But it's certainly too early for a few players there. Robin in particular is probably actually on paper the worst player in the team. Considering you've picked these based on CA.
No, this is a wild card, mate. But he's a wild card.
Exactly. It would be. It'd have to be.
yeah. Players I'd never heard of when I was doing this, by the way.
Yeah, this is one of the teams that it's slightly unbalanced in the fact that you've got one left back. Just the one.
Yeah. If you asked Greavesy, though, he'd probably put Ricardinho wing back. He'd probably put Danielson wing back. And the rest of them, he's got one left back.
I'm not mega horse. I'm not going full intrinsic.
No, I'm not
getting into balls deep on the fucking editor and finding out exactly who's got six for positioning on left wing back.
It is a side that if you wanted to, you could kind of go down the kind of youth route, couldn't you, with Chiotis and Emerton, and Smith and Robin, and Danielson. There's some really good kind of standout young players that the save probably comes 3 years too soon for, but actually could probably still do a job.
Next name.
You didn't get Liberia, so you don't need to try and push people to also finish last, mate. You're all right. You're fine.
Next team out the draw is Morocco. So Morocco, I'll bring up the Moroccan team now. Morocco are struggling. There is some team news for Morocco, and it's Nicolas Anelka only. But Nicolas Anelka is out for about 10 days. And if you look at their fixtures, he'll probably be back for touch and go for the Senegal game. But what is he struggling with? Calf strain. If you were asking me, would you risk him for one of them games? Probably not when you've got Batistuta, Heskey, Pizarro sitting there. And we'll go in a bit more detail, but I'll draw the name out the hat for that. And Morocco is going to be managed by the Wolfman, Andrew Richards. The Wolfman. Morocco and the Wolfman. So what are your thoughts? Who else is on the call?
We've got Chris Tucker, but who is imaginary Madrid's new manager in Swamp. But I don't know who Jay
was also great in Rush Hour.
Yeah, Chris Tucker, yeah. Don't really think that's his name.
No, it is.
Oh, you know,
It's Thacker.
Oh, hello, Alf. You all right? Your thoughts?
I've left the HDMI lead in.
Yeah. Your thoughts on the Morocco team who's going to be managed by Andrew?
Have we done mine yet?
Not yet, Alf. No, don't worry.
Oh, I'll be the one with the 3 worst goalkeepers.
Yeah, absolutely. Wait, contrary to the last team drawn though, Smuts, plenty of wingers in this team.
I don't play with any wingers, but yes, to be fair, this is one of the ones that I actually would have quite fancied. Lots of Leicester City rejects, which is lovely to see. Heskey up front, Flowers at the back, in goal, obviously. But yeah, it's this one's got 15 left backs instead, which is good. Yeah, finally balanced. Probably two of the best left backs in the game. Same team. Lovely.
So what are you doing with your I'll ask Duggan, what are you doing with your front line here? Because I've got an Elka in there, he can score goals. Obviously he's unknown at the minute. You've got Batistuta, you've got Heskey, Zola, AMC, I guess, Pizarro in there. What are you doing with that, Duggan?
I think Batistuta, Pizarro, Anelka and Heskey, for me, they're all strikers that can only play in a 1. So you probably play them as a 1 and then stack the likes of Zola in behind, and kind of try to get, Zola and Totti. Probably be tempted to maybe, if Anelka's not fit, go with Heskey and play him as a little bit of a target man.
What, not play Batistuta? Are you joking?
You know my thoughts on Batistuta after he was absolutely shocking for the Dragons.
Look at them. Well, you just gonna right? Okay, no problem. We'll do the next team. Next team out will be Sierra Leone. Now there are some team news for Sierra Leone, and it's who was it? What, you were testing them, weren't you? So Sierra Leone,
Conte.
and it's who? Sorry.
Conte there, look, has been dragged in.
Yeah. This
At
guy
random.
he's getting
It was
removed, and we need to find a replacement for him. No, it's at the discretion of the manager.
Search for Sierra Leone, and you'll find it. It was off the top of my head.
Yeah, it's
Sure as a centre back.
no, it was Cabasamora, wasn't it? You were saying put in.
Well, yes, of course, yeah, because you're missing a player who's injured.
Yeah. It's is it? Anyway, there's a replacement to have, but you're only having like players from natives, or you're going with 22 men. So Sierra Leone are going to be managed by Chris, who's on the call. Chris Thacker, not Chris Tucker. I've actually got Chris Thacker. Is that right?
I think that's a good pick, Chris. Sierra Leone were one of the squads that I would have quite liked to have got my hands on. I think they're strong at the back, strong in the midfield, and then with enough up top to trouble teams. Chris, any thoughts, mate, if you can hear us?
He's on.
Yeah, exciting. Sorry, I've got a cold.
Oh, don't worry about it, mate. Don't worry about it. It's good to have you on anyway. Looking at the squad, I'm really looking forward to seeing the Sierra Leone's Dominic Massio.
He's got a fucking great goal in San Siro, as Leeds fan used to sing.
Lucio's top class. There's a strong spine there. Obviously, a Dangley's legend in sweeper Maurizio Pellegrino as well in there, who was very, very. I was very, very shocked to know that his current ability was up there in the top 16 squads on the game. What you're going to do about that though? Vieira, Zambrotta's quality, isn't there?
Yeah.
As an Arsenal fan, this is probably my dream. This is, isn't it?
Yeah. Seaman, yeah. Well,
Petit, Vieira, Mars, Henry.
Dreaming about Seaman. Swiftly, yeah. We'll keep
Milevski not to be overlooked there as well.
Milevski, was that Milevski a wild card in there? Milevski's your wild card pick, along with Pamadou Carr. Pamadou Carr quite obviously notoriously a baddie, but that versatility there where he can just go wherever you want him to. Really, it's great to have on the bench, isn't it? Thanks, Chris. The next team out is Senegal. I'll bring up the Senegal squad. It's in alphabetical order, would it? So Senegal have got some injury news, and they've got two. And the big news of the tournament, the big Senegal news, is that Olivier Decour does not make the squad because he's out for a month with a torn groin muscle. So Olivier Decour doesn't make it. He's a big player. And Inzaghi's out for a few days with a chest injury. Looking at the fixtures, a few days, he may make the Nigeria game, but I fully expect him to be ready for the Republic of Congo game. Decour is a big blow, but Senegal have some players that they can call upon. El Hadji Diouf, for one. I'm sure there's probably better. Salif Dial for another, if they want to. They're on the game as a solid defensive midfielder. Thoughts? Let's go with anyone who wants to chip in.
I think this is a nailed on knockout squad. This quite like the idea of having kind of two DMCs, two centre halves, and then either a DML, DMR, or kind of an ML and an MR. I think they've got good options front to back. Dyer, Zielius, Lizarazu, Giggs, Sigalko obviously is the name that stands out. Be interesting to see if he does it. And I just think solid front to back, really.
Yeah, I mean, spine, and wingers, Maldini, Honcho, and then wingers, Giggs, Z Elliott in the middle as well. They're going to be managed by Segalco. In terms of Segalco, season 1, does that make a difference?
I don't know, because I don't think anyone truly understands why.
Segalco.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Just the kind of little point, it'll be interesting to see whether people feel kind of forced to go with wingers with this kind of draw, because if you're not going with wingers, then you're kind of 2 men down straight away in Giggs and Robert, really. But also it'll be interesting to see what people do with Kieran Dyer. If you're a Super League fan, you know that he's put out crazy numbers as a DMR, probably the best in the league for the last 3 seasons. But people who have got these teams to manage are maybe more inclined to go MC or DMC or MR. So yeah, I think you're probably going to be forced to play either MLs or MRs in this if you get this draw.
See, the thing is, I've got the team here. See, the thing is, if you had the core in, you can push Kerr out to DMR, no problem, because you got Decor in there and Elias, so that's fine. The fact that Decor's missing, what do you do? If you want to deploy 2 DMCs, you put Elias in, and there's only one option for you, unless you bring Salif Jiao in,
or you play the 1 and you hope he's enough.
And you hope that you're And anyway, I'm glad it's this person, because he'll be probably the most understanding for missing out on Olivier Decor. It's Champ Megahorse. So Champ Megahorse manages Senegal, unfortunately without Olivier Decor, but I'm sure, I was hoping he would get South Africa, so he would, if he had an injury, be able to call up Dr. Kamalo, but unfortunately that's not how the stars are aligned today. Senegal for Mr. Megahorse. He's got plenty to play with there, hasn't he? Oliver Kahn as well. Some stats on him, eh?
I think he'd be going with 2 centre-backs rather than 3, wouldn't he, looking at that?
Who are you going, Maldini and Southgate?
Maybe not Southgate. He's never done much for me, Southgate. So I think Maldini, I'm not sure. That's why I think he'd go 2 rather than 3 centre-backs for that team.
Yeah. DMLs and DMRs, you covered, aren't you? Lisa Razou there and Kieran Dyer there. It's what you do in the middle.
Yeah.
It's a good squad, that, by the way.
Yeah.
That's a really strong squad.
Who's in their group, Joe? Who's in their group?
Let me have a look.
It's
They're playing Nigeria, the Republic of Congo. There's 2 Congos, by the way, in here, Republic and the Congo. And then there's Morocco as well.
For me, that opening fixture, Nigeria, Senegal, you could be looking at 2 finalists in that, or definitely 2 teams that are going to be pushing both amazing squads.
Yeah. Oh, there's Decor. Sorry about Decor. And the next squad out, so I'm conscious that it's been 27 minutes already, is the Ivory Coast. I've got 16 managers to get through, so we'll try and speed it up a little bit. The Ivory Coast in here, 23 players. I'm looking at their team news. I think there is some team news for the Ivory Coast, and it's gone missing. Ivory Coast.
What were you saying about speeding it up there, mate?
Yeah, I know.
The news was you'd forgot Ronaldo, and now he's back in.
Yeah, fully fit. The news was I'd forgotten to put Ronaldo in. I had someone else. No, do you know what it was? It was Eric Addo. So Addo was in. Was it him, Smuts? Yeah.
Yes, mate.
Addo was in, and I thought, oh well, he's a decent player, so I thought he was actually the one, and I missed Ronaldo. So Ivory Coast are in. I'll draw the name for Ivory Coast, and then we'll talk about them a little bit. They're being managed by PR Greaves. So they're Greavesy, and knowing Greavesy, be looking to set up a solid sort of foundation, sort of back line, and try and play that.
That is a very Greavesy squad. That when I look at that squad,
disgustingly Greavesy.
Screams PR Greaves.
Yeah.
It's
all forward, but no actual strikers, is there?
Yeah, Robbie Fowler's up there.
You're not just Fowler, yeah. But
Greavesy won't need them.
Greavesy doesn't play them anyway.
No.
He's typing something in the chat. I can unmute you if you want, Greavesy, and you can actually input into it. You can do that yourself.
I know he's a big fan of Materazzi. After game 2 of this current season in the Super League just gone, he was sending me messages about Materazzi. So don't ever let Greavesy tell you that he's not bothered about getting transfers done early.
Is he
Yeah,
the one that does he like a bit of pace?
What I worry about is Mega Horse when he calls up Asani and Dai.
Oh no, Ndai's in another team. Ndai is he's Tunisian, so don't worry about that. He's Tunisian, don't worry. Yeah.
I used to
Yeah,
find
it's not a bad squad. It's lacking a bit of firepower, but it's going to be
Yeah.
solid enough.
Materazzi lacked a bit of pace, Materazzi. I don't know if it shows there.
You don't need pace if he's not running forwards.
Yeah, he's a beast. That middle column sometimes turns into. I know the kind of current version I've got in Super League at the minute. That middle column is insane.
It's positioning, isn't it?
Yeah,
He's got positioning. He's a centre half who's good at set pieces, so he comes for. He's good at.
He can score goals. Yeah,
His distribution's good, so it also increases his average rating.
I like your outlook on it. Like any other sort of insight into
Catania is a good striker, probably the best one in the pack.
better
this
than Robbie
is good
Fowler,
as
my
well.
hero.
this has got Greaves' fingerprints all over this squad.
Mendietta's quality. Koku can do a job at this level, I think.
Yeah. Ayala, solid.
Yeah, Ayala. There'll be Ayala and Materazzi at the back.
What about the goalkeepers? Not three best, are they? The three goalkeepers. Not.
Yeah, but it's got to get that far, hasn't it, Alf? They've got to get to the keeper first.
Your top goalkeeper is Rogerio.
Yeah.
No, it's
Ooh.
Rusty.
No, in terms of
So yeah,
current ability, yeah, he's your better one. Rustu second, and then Gamaro third, but only by like 2 points. But if you're going to play Rustu, fair enough.
Anticipation 12, balance 10. That's not keeper.
Yeah.
You've got Rusty, but he's going to be going at people's feet, isn't he? That's what you want. He's got the war paint on. He's going to be ready to go.
I look forward
Celestine
to
Babiaro
let's see
dancing
your group. Yeah, I look forward to you coming up against Cameroon and Congo.
Loco legend Pancaro at the back, Super League winner. Two-time Super League winner Pancaro is.
Del Piero, can you get a tune out of him? You tend to have some success in bringing out the best of these sort of people who, can't get a tune out of them.
Yeah,
He'll do well.
he always played well for me, Del Piero. Yeah.
How many
Del
DMCs can you pull out of that then?
Not a lot. You've sort of rigged it so I ain't got many. So
Right, I'll do the next team. Move on, but you feel free to chip in whenever you want, Greavesy. Next one out was Nigeria.
this would be my pick if I could pick a side. It would be nice.
This is the one I want as well. To be fair.
Yeah.
So this is your pick. Why? What's
Nigeria,
different?
I think their wing backs are some of the best on the game. I think they're solid in the middle, and then obviously the likes of Clivert and Salas up top. I would be wanting either Nigeria or Egypt. I think.
Are you keeping a note of who's done what?
Yes, mate. Yeah, because you asked us to do that 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Yeah. Can you WhatsApp Hopkins and let him know he's managing Liberia and Georgie Wick?
Yeah.
So Nigeria going to be managed by this person in my hand. It's Ryan, but he's yet to confirm. Ryan's to confirm. He probably might lean towards that. It's Ryan or Ryan's understudy if he doesn't want to confirm that he's participating. We give him first option. We didn't want to wait. But it is Ryan who's got the Nigerian squad, and if Ryan doesn't want to commit, it'll be his first understudy, which I believe you've got lined up, but not to be revealed. So let's have a look around here. Smuts, you haven't said anything for a while. Obviously there's a bit of a legend, a CM Mourinho legend in his wild card in Riyadh. I'm trying to find his team news. No, fully fit squad. What are your thoughts? Is this one of your favourites, is it?
Yeah, this is the team I wanted. I'll be honest. It's just the pure range of defensive midfield options. You got
DMR.
Yeah, you got Dragons legend Boomer on the left. You got Zanetti or Cafu, probably Cafu. Let's be honest, down the right.
Yeah.
And if you have a look around, there are some better Nigerian centre backs that you can play than the ones that you've actually got in the game.
Yeah, listen, it's current ability. If managers want to draft in other Nigerian players. Who are you talking about there?
I'm talking about getting rid of Rayad immediately because he's dog shit.
No, he can't get rid of me wild cards. Who are you talking about though?
I mean,
Sunday.
yeah. There's one immediately. Eric Ejiofor is also another one who I'd be putting in.
I don't know. I don't know whether I'll allow that. If they want to, they can ask me. They can ask me, but probably not. The answer's probably no. I'll do the next team. Next team coming out is. Are we halfway through? Yeah, let's do this. It's Tunisia. Let's have a look at Tunisia. This is the Tunisian squad. Couple of Liverpool legends in there. Hippier, Westerveld.
Chuck people on mute. Someone's got Coronation Street or something blasting in the background. I think it was Smuts actually.
That's Desperate Housewives, lad. Sorry.
Greasy's going. See you later, mate. Greasy's gone. Yeah, Tunisia. Tunisia, obviously, like Zidane's the highest rated player, current ability on the game, I think. What is he?
Is it Khan? Khan should be really 185, something like that.
Yeah, it's Oliver Kahn. Yeah.
Yeah. Zidane and the outfield player then. Possibly. Is he 190 or something?
Shevchenko's up there.
Yeah, it's a good shout, Alf.
Yeah.
Shevchenko's 187. Zidane why isn't he on my?
That means absolutely nothing. Well, you can have anything in front of Ndiaye, really. So
190, Zidane. 190. I thought it was. Sorry.
I think you'd be looking at this thinking Ndiaye doing the dirty work with D'Alessandro and Zidane, potentially Guti on a good save.
Been really quite fortunate with some of the top rated players there, Zidane and who did you say before? And Shevchenko. And then even with like your low picks, Hofland's solid. You know that he's solid. And Jai, come on, what a monster.
Guti, D'Alessandro, George Atos, who's been a monster for Burn for the last couple of years.
Yeah. And they're going to be managed by Aston Square, who is a bit of an unknown quantity, I think. I don't know much about Aston. You might want to enlighten me, anybody?
Irish tactical genius. He is indeed, mate. Yeah, he runs on. Well, it was on fucking not Twitch. The other one. What was the other one?
YouTube, Twitter, Periscope.
Nah, Periscope. That's the fucking one.
Yeah.
A bunch of.
Didn't he?
Yeah, he did a load of streams that were specific old school tactics. They were really brilliant. So he's going to be a very, very good wild card, I reckon.
And obviously, there's the introduction of. I'd say I've never. It's strange because you come into this and you go and look at some of the managers, some of the names, and we've all been on round the houses with Dimble. We've seen that I know how sort of Smuts plays his 4-1-3-2. I've worked with Hopkins. I've worked with Duggan in behind the scenes at Dragons. I've worked with Alf. I've done some stuff. I've seen the Super League. I've seen how Ryan for 2 seasons sets his team up, and I think the added sort of dimension of the use of the Wibwob function. Are you saying, Smuts, that Aston will know his way around this and how to set it up, and he'll know what he's doing with it?
Not necessarily. His tactics came out of a book by some bloke who did loads of tactics. I'd love to tell you the actual name of the book, but I haven't got that minerals. But yeah, no, it was like fucking tiki taka. It was like the old school inside forwards. It's like, I don't know, it's the art of tactics.
If it is that sort of setup, kind of short pass and attacking football, overloads within 10 yards of each other, he's got exactly the players that he needs to do it with. You can just see how he's going to stack maybe those AMCs in behind Shevchenko, and kind of play those sorts of triangles on the game.
Yeah,
I look forward to
Signori and Scholl, by the way, are very, very much two of the better players that you haven't mentioned in that team.
Yeah. Now, the new Ultimate Athletic manager is Tunisian. I thought he would have been in there because he He played for Paris Saint-Germain. So Tunisian, a new All Athletic manager just the other day called Salim Benachou.
Right?
Salim Benachou.
You want me to say, Jim?
Search him, yeah.
I will spell that.
Just try SELIM. You should get it in that way. M. SELIM. M. Yeah, that's him. Yeah, that's him.
You thought he would make the squad?
He actually finished up with 44 caps. 44 caps for Tunisia, so he's not that bad.
You thought he was going to make the squad?
He actually played alongside Ronaldinho and Anelka. He did actually play in the same team. Yeah, played.
Good knowledge that, Alf. That's what you're here for, mate.
40 times. Yeah, doesn't mean he's a good coach though.
Next team out. Let's go for
my team. He would have been in. I would have swapped him in.
Next team out is Congo. The Congo. A few in there. Team news from the Congo is Gus Poyet. Gus Poyet, I don't even know why he's been brought in because he's out for a month. I mean, you can pick him. It's a groin muscle. The month, the group fixtures are over in a week. I don't know whether you just drop him and try and find another player that's a Congolese player. But listen, would you even play him?
Would I just a little interruption? We've been joined live by Mr. Asta, old Asta and new Asta. We've got Tato Mourinho. How you doing, lad?
Oh, Mr. Mourinho, are you all right, mate?
He's not happy with Angola, I don't think.
Oh, sorry, this is the look of the draw, mate. Are you muted?
I think he's muted. Oh, can I hear you? Can I hear you, mate? Can I hear you? We can see your lips moving.
Is he trying to talk through a potato?
While he's trying to figure out what he's doing, let's have a look at the Congo. So, would you even play Gus Poyet in that AMC? Probably not. Aymar, Muzzy in there. Mostovoy.
I like Mostovoy. Mostovoy in the first season, I think, before he starts getting on, he's pretty decent.
Aymar, look at Aymar's stats, man. He's unreal, isn't he?
Davids.
So he's in the squad. Listen, it'll be at the manager's discretion whether he wants to change that. I'm happy to do that. I'm not going to be messing on for ages with doing that kind of thing. But if he's obviously a light brown injury out for a month, like on a random sort of computer generated fixture, because the save only started today, and this match was like the 16th of December. It's just absolutely mad. Anyway, let's go. Congo. Congo's going to be managed by David What You Up. Is that what we're calling him? David What You Up?
Yeah, you can do. Yeah.
Yeah, David What You Up. Also a little bit of an unknown quantity in terms of management style, in terms of how he'll set up. Knowledge of the sort of game engine and things. Has anyone played with him, network or on a race or anything?
Is he? I think he's got a team in Swamp. I'm not 100% sure. Horse will be able to confirm.
Oh, he's the Seahawk man, isn't he? Hawk man. Nobody understood why he was saying get the kettle on. Well, that's that.
He might be. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Nobody understood why he was saying let's go and get the kettle on. And how does he do in Swamp? He's in the wrong division, isn't he?
Yeah. I think he does all right in Division 1. I was just counting how many teams have been drawn. So we've got 10. We've got 6 teams left.
Best crack
about
on.
About an hour left then, yeah?
No, best crack on. Davids is obviously solid spine with Gattuso sitting in there. You're not going to get much really better in the league. Saeed can drop in there as well. We know how effective he is. Season 1, Montero. That's a solid spine. Let's go for next team. Who are we playing up top there? Oh yeah, the Congolese Kevin Phillips.
Can we hear you, mate? You there?
1 minute, he's saying.
1 minute, okay.
Next team out, we're going for the Republic of Congo. So we've been to the Congo, now we're going to the Republic of Congo. Let's go for Smuts. Any thoughts on this squad when you've seen it announced? I'm just gonna have a look.
Which one of the two Congos is the one where they drink on bongo?
It's both, but like,
is it both?
Yes,
Right.
both.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, to be honest, I'd be happy with this one. Tony Adams at the back with Walter Samuel. Absolute pair of dreams there at the back.
Probably
It's a I mean, he is what he is. It's a fully fit squad, so it's 23 players to pick from.
I think this is one that screams narrow to me. I think if you get these guys, I think you've got to go narrow.
What? Sabria? Narrow.
Yeah.
Sadov out on the wing. You got Rivaldo out on the ring. You Zauri. You got options.
Yeah. I mean, we've just said, is this the group of death? Would you say Senegal and Nigeria in there?
I think so. Yeah.
You think it is? Yeah. And we'll come on to have a look at that. But anyway, Republic of Congo. So we're looking at Rivaldo, Baraka, and people like that. Alf, that's your team, Alf.
Right.
So if you want to just to give us a bit of an insight into, I bet you're loving the sort of Luigi Di Biagio in there. Any older players in there? I think Tony Adams, you'll probably be looking at 35 years old. He can do a job. Any thoughts?
I've had one or two in the past. Police never did nothing for me. Never knew where to play him really. But that's Sonny Anderson. I've had him. I might struggle up front there. I don't know. So look at those. Yeah, I could struggle to go up front. I like my DMCs. I've got plenty of DMCs. I like them. Yeah.
Luigi Di Biagio, Almeida. Where's he? He's at Palmer.
I might have my work cut out here.
Yeah, you may do just to sort of.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot stronger spines in the tournament. But
Taiba, decent goalkeeper. I'm not there. Taiba, yeah, decent keeper. I think. Taiba.
Yeah, I think your highest rated. Where's the Republic of Congo? Is Marcos. So Marcos is actually higher rated than Tiabi.
You see?
Make of that what you will.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can hear him yet, but if potatoes grew on trees, they would all have fell on the floor with the absolute state of the head shaking going on from Mr. Tato Mourinho. Are you there, mate?
Yeah, I think I might have to go back to my old narrow formation.
Narrow formation. Well, you know, Alf, that in this iteration, obviously we can use the sort of with and without ball manipulation of the game engine to a point. Obviously, I'm not having overload. So when you're setting up your narrow formations, if you want to drop your DMCs in a bit tighter, drop your back line in a bit tighter, I'm happy for you to do that. What we won't have is when we've got the ball is all this kind of nonsense where we're just goal line. That won't work. But yeah, by all means you can use that. So when you're setting up your narrow formations, if you're going for something, say like
I use that three DMs, yeah.
You're going for something, say that maybe. There's nothing stopping you when you haven't got the ball, either pushing them a bit wider to try and get on the counter attack or whatever.
There we go. We can get Tato now. We can hear you now, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. I'll do my best. What group? Yeah. What group?
Absolutely. Mr. Mourinho, okay? You all right?
What group are they in, Joe?
What group are they in? They're in Morocco, Senegal. They're in Group 3, the group of death.
I'll sort it out.
You'll sort it. Of course you will. Next team out the hat is Egypt.
Good pick.
So Egypt have got, just looking at the team news for Egypt, fully fit squad. Egypt. Obviously the wild cards for Egypt are Tom Madeira and Davy Collins.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now, mate. You all right?
No.
You're not all right?
Well, start hoping that this comes out as me, Tato, because then you can have a nice swap on your hands. Put it that way.
All right. Okay.
That team's class.
Yeah.
My team is horrendous.
So obviously the what happened with this team was they were coming out really, really high on the average rating. So this technically on paper is like really high in terms of current ability, but then it was dragged down loads by Collins and Madeira, who don't even hit 100. So it's still averaging just shy of 160, but only because them two don't even hit hundreds, and it was brought down and it was flying. So Egypt's going to be managed by General Smuts. General Smuts has drawn Egypt, so you may have a swap deal on your hands there, Mr. Mourinho. Discuss, gents, live on air.
Yep, go for it, mate. Live on air, mate.
So in
Yes,
theory,
please.
Handshake deal.
in theory,
Job's done. There we
in
go.
theory, in theory, that's one of the best rated teams. Then, in theory,
In theory,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think these and Nigeria are the two favourites early doors.
yeah.
I think if you look at it, you got the highest rated AMC, you know, a high rated AMC, two of them. You've got Cannavaro, really high rated.
Oh, in that case, then fuck it. No, sod off, Tato. I'm keeping it. Yeah.
The Casillas is really highly rated. Ballon d'Or winner of this save is Michael Owen.
Was it noted that three of my highest players rated were Conceição, Dwight York, and Paolo Di Canio?
Not yours anymore, mate. Don't worry about it.
And the very highest was David Trezeguet. Was that noted? Was that noted? Did you discuss that?
Didn't discuss that. No, we didn't discuss any sort of.
Just checking. Brilliant.
So, General Smuts, listen to this conversation we had. I don't mind a swap deal. I don't mind if you want to.
Yeah, I'm in, mate.
Squad.
I'm in. Balls deep.
Are you going in for Egypt now? Are you?
No. I'm Angola. Team Angola, mate.
Are you on the Mourinho? Are you on the old swap there, Egypt?
Yeah, that other team's terrible. I don't particularly rate the Wideman on this one, but it's miles better than what I had before. So yeah, I would like to if that's a genuine offer. Smutsy.
Yeah, yes, of course, mate. Yeah, I can't deal with being one of the favourites. Fuck off. No, I'm underdog all day.
I couldn't believe that Solano made it into the top, the upper echelons of
Leicester City legend. He was 56 when he played for Leicester.
Kylian Zala's a good option. Wide.
No, he's not.
Okay.
11 drawn, 5 to go.
Yes, sorry, yeah. So next one out the hat is Algeria. Algeria look like this. Taribo West is the only 100% fit player out the whole of squads. Everyone else is 99% for some reason. But Mourinho, don't matter, does it? It's a myth.
It is a myth, just like Taribo West. It's
a myth. Team news coming out of Algeria is Zanoni. I think I started on this one. He's out for 1 day with a damaged shoulder. He'll be back for the Tunisia game. Don't you worry.
Why is Nigel Martin there?
Yeah.
Nigel Martin is current ability
best keeper in that team.
Yeah, Nigel Martin was first name out the hat on that. He's in the top 10. The top 16 keepers on the game.
So Algeria will be playing defensive tactics with it. You know
that. You'll have to ask. I'll tell you who's the best.
Scroll down.
Yeah.
How many do you think was left?
Scroll down. Okay, there we go. I thought we had someone good.
How many do you think's left, Duggan?
5.
Oh, I hope it's only 4.
It's 4 after this, isn't it?
This is the last. This one to be 3 after this. Yeah. I hope. You want to go through them again?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Read them out,
8,
mate.
9, 10, 11. Yeah, this will be 12. There's 4 after this.
No, there's 3 after this.
Just draw them and see how we get on, away.
Hopkins, Liberia. I'll draw them anyway. I've got them. There's 3 in each pot, so you've missed one, not me. So Algeria are going to Mr. Savage. So Savage, who is a little bit again like a bit of an unknown quantity because he's not restricted by the SWEM sort of rules of you have to pay so many at the back, you have to do so many wide players and whatever else. I've never sort of known him to do a network save or appear in anything else where he's had the chance to express himself. So what are your thoughts on how he should set this up? Smuts, let's go.
8 at the back.
Why are you asking Smuts?
Look at the defenders, 8 at the back.
I mean, yeah, by all, yeah, he was my wild card because I really wanted to see Chris Hope in the league. Decent stats. Not great. Laurent Blanc had retired from international football, so I had to remove that in the. But there's still some. How would you set up, Duggan?
That's a lot of defenders.
You probably go narrow. You probably play 3 centre halves, 2 DMs, and then stick a dart on the board of what you do in front of that. They're not very good. Although I was surprised at how highly Fiore is rated when I was looking through the kind of ratings and stuff. He's quite high there at the start of the save.
Does it make you want to sign him in the Super League?
Absolutely not. Even though I'm usually forced to try and have a discussion about him every single window.
Like Mourinho and Sammy Pierre.
Yeah, not too
starting for me now.
Not too sure I would be kind of thrilled with my options in this one.
The problem is, and unfortunately, they've wildcarded 2 centre halves. They've wildcarded Radoy and Chris Hope.
Why is Radoy? What do you think? What are you doing?
Just
people
because
I
he's
want
got
to see in the league.
190 potential ability. I'd imagine.
Always a good.
He also doesn't have any actual position on the editor. He's got like his highest ratings like 16 or something.
I just like to see like players I like to see. Wait, Rayhead's in there, so shut up.
He's fucking brilliant.
Who's the goalkeeper? Roa, he's not.
Carlos Roa.
Mallorca.
Yeah,
I think he's the worst one. Oscar Cordoba's a good one to have. Martin's the highest rated, so they're going to struggle, aren't they? Let's have a look at their groups. Ghana and Togo.
They'll need a good defense. Yeah, they'll need a good defense. Yeah, 5 at the back.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing the.
If Savage knows what he's doing with Bob, he could have a bit of fun with how many centre halves they've got there. I think.
Yeah.
So next we're going to Togo.
As a team, have we played before Sweepers? Yeah.
Sweepers are a myth, aren't they?
Or Sweepers,
yeah. Next we're going to Togo. Togo's looking like this. I'm going to have a look at this team news for Togo.
As well.
Togo's fully fit. It's got everything. The wild cards are. You've got 4 goalkeepers, unfortunately for them. Or possibly.
It's a shambles.
You'd probably say Waterous is the highest rated, then Pellizzoli and Serini, and then wildcard Costanzo.
I think there's a good opportunity here for someone to do something decent with an absolute load of shit, because this is I've got a feeling I'm going to draw these, but it's pretty poor.
This is bad.
Yeah. They've got a few goals with them though. I think there's a few goals there.
They're going to have to go narrow and 3 up front, I think.
Yeah.
And just go for go for the long ball, or just try and, 3 up front and swing some crosses in, maybe.
You know what I mean about this 99% fit? I don't know what's happened here, but they're all sort of 99%. So weird. Maybe
is this the first day of the save?
Yeah.
It's always 99, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah.
Nice.
So when I click continue, it will be.
Should go up to 100, yeah.
Oh, right, okay. Thanks for that. It's just because I thought I was done something in the editor.
They look at 20 years of playing the game, constantly learning. Love it.
And this is your ball sack hero, Steve, right? Steve's taking the Togolese men
Excellent.
to his opening fixture against Ghana. So we'll I'm sure he'll have that.
Steve Dimble first game there.
That's Steve Dimble, is it?
I can't remember who I am again.
Angola. Oh, you swapped Angola for Egypt, haven't you?
Oh, Egypt. Okay.
You're Egypt now, yeah. Go and have a look.
I remember him now. I'm glad I swapped, because otherwise I'd spend the next couple of weeks moaning and crying.
Next team out is Cameroon. Cameroon, a fully fit squad. We've got everybody available. No issues there. Christian Vieri, obviously, leading the attack. I mean, look at that man.
This is a good team.
Yeah, very good. Rio Ferdinand. The versatility to bring Stephen Reid off the bench as a wild card.
This is funnily enough. This has got a lot of kind of Gazelles names in, or soon to be Gazelles names next season. So I wouldn't mind these.
Who's left to have a team?
Are you looking forward to the Cameroonian Paul Merson?
Yes. Is there just me and who else is left?
No idea, mate. Dimble being out.
Wolfie, Ryan.
Wolfie's been out. Ryan's been out. Greavesy's been out. Alf's been out.
Let me just have a little check. 2 seconds.
Horsey.
Yeah, he's
Horsey's been out. Yeah, he got the injured Olivia Decor team news. Decor misses the tournament.
Swanee.
Champ Swan. So this is going to Cameroon. Is going to Mr. Duggan. So Mr. Duggan is on for Cameroon. So that's your team.
That's a class team.
Yeah, maybe you can get a tune out of them if you can set your team up properly. There's plenty of flops in there. Obviously Christian Vieri is your main guy, but there's plenty of potential to go wrong in there if you don't set them up right.
Savio's your main guy.
Really happy with that, mate. Really happy with that. Love. There's some good balance between kind of big players and Chapman legends. Obviously Stephen Reed's in there. Agahawa's in there. Yeah, really happy with that. And a good representation from the Gazelles boys as well. So yeah, happy with that.
Who are you putting in nets?
Probably Isaacson.
You're joking, aren't you?
Caesar, surely.
Yes, yeah, I was going to say. Anyway. All right, so I've got this as the last team out, by the way. Have you not?
Yeah, I have, yeah.
You have, yeah. And who have you got it as?
I don't know.
Right, I've got it as South Africa.
Yeah, that's bang on.
They're class.
This is a good side.
They're the best.
They were missing a player.
The only thing about South Africa, right, is they're missing a player. And it is
was
Diego Tristan. But Diego Tristan is out for about 10 days, so it'll be a decision to be made by the manager of whether he actually waits and calls this person up after. So if you look at the fixture, in 10 days' time they play Ivory Coast. So when I click continue, he might turn to Brown and be able to call up, but at the minute I can't call him up. So because he's red injured, so I can't call him up. So I think he'll be back, but at the minute he's got 22 players. Having said that, I mean the last person out, by the way, guys. So just so you're aware, this is Champ Swan. So he'll have a decision to make on that. I would probably be sticking around and looking at like Comandini, Andrew Cole, not Andy Cole, Andrew, and Montella to just hold fort against beatable sides. What would you do?
Yeah, I mean, you'd probably go with Montella, wouldn't you? I think.
Yeah, Ronaldinho in behind.
Eddie
Two
Pope,
up front, maybe.
Eddie Pope was the wild card. Yeah, just because he's Eddie Pope, isn't he? Eddie Pope was the wild card alongside.
Is that why Dragons are still stuck with Eddie fucking Pope?
No, that's an original draft. That me, you can't be fucking blaming me for that. I just tried to flog him early doors. It's one of my opening gambits.
Still fucking not gone.
So I'll listen. I'll go through the fixtures if you want. So let's have a look at the and then I'll stop the record and we can have a bit more of a chat. But let's have a look at the not the Oceania Cup. Let's have a look at the African Nations Cup. So there's your groups. Group one.
We're fucking playing each other after all that, Tater.
So essentially, managers in this group, we've got Smuts as Angola. We've obviously got Tato as Egypt. We've got and Hopkins as Liberia.
Dragons versus Dragons.
And then as Sierra Leone, we've got Chris. So you got Hopkins, Smuts, Tato, and Chris.
Group 2.
Yeah, so in Group 2, we have Savage as Algeria. We've got Dimble as Ghana. We have got Steve Wright as Togo. And then we have Asna as Tunisia. So 2 people who know each other very, very well in Dimble and Steve. And then 2 people who are unknown quantities, really. So next we've got Wolfie as Morocco. One of the stronger squads, I think. We have got Ryan as Nigeria. That's ominous what he can do with that. We've then got Alf as the Republic of Congo. And then finally, as Senegal, we have got Mega Horse. So some big players in there. Horse versus Ryan, I think, is one that I want to see.
Oh, did Horse get Senegal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Senegal are missing one of their best players. Olivier Decour is out for a month with some sort of ligaments or something.
So this could be a contender for group of death. Actually, just looking at kind of the teams. So we've got obviously myself as Cameroon, and then as Congo. Let me just check who we've got as Congo. Totally lost my page.
I'll have a look around, mate. That's
Oh yeah, David, what are you up? And then
David, what you up to?
We've got Greavesy, which will be fun to play against, and then Swan as South Africa. So, yeah.
You're calling that the group of death, are you?
No, I think it's second to Nigeria, and yeah, I think that one I think is the group of death.
Okay, all right. So just I'll stop the recording. But just to round it off, what I'll do now is I'll upload the save to our Google Drive like you do with the Swem League, so you can all have it. And I'll sort of release how we're gonna run the streams, because what the concept and the original idea behind the tournament was a short burn in between when there's downtime in other leagues and whatever else. Short burn, but to try and give managers as much freedom as possible without like being dicks about it and whatever else. So yes, we can allow use of the sort of WibWob match engine, but I'm not allowing like shit like this coming in. But if you wanted to set your team up, let's say you wanted to play three at the back with 2 DMCs, wide players, an AMC, and 2 up front. I don't want to see all this kind of nonsense in the box or whatever. But I'm happy to for you to sort of move your DMs up a little bit if you wanted to, and if you wanted to like move them a bit narrower, fine. If you wanted to move them in, but like overloads in the penalty box when it's just totally against the sort of setup that you've done. Particularly like if you wanted to, like when you haven't got the ball, if you want to push, say you want to do like a counter attacking system through the wide channels, and you set your middle players to pass into the channels on a counter attack system. Mad for you to push your wide players wider, or drop your attackers back a bit more, whatever it is. But like this kind of thing when you're in there and just like putting all of them on the line, I just can't be arsed with that. So that's the sort of guidelines, and that's all the guidelines you get in. I will vet the tactics as they come in and open them. I'm just don't want to see that kind of nonsense. But I'm happy for that manipulation of where you're going to actually position. Like you say, you wanted to bring your centre half a bit narrower and put your DMCs there. Absolutely fine with that. In the middle of the pitch, whatever it is that you want to do. And then say you wanted to like reflect that tactic over, fine. But yeah, I'll do that. So I'll upload the save. You can have it. You can put it into CM Scout. You can put it into your intrinsic CM intrinsic. You can put it through test saves. You can add tactic files that you want or whatever. Ultimately, we're going to be releasing a schedule. The schedule will be live stream, so you'll be able to dial in just like you're doing tonight, and you'll be able to manage live. There'll be a few rules, so you'll be responding to, say, like one manager makes a substitution. You'll have to have like a 5-minute breather in game to before you can react to that, like you would do a normal manager. And then when it comes to like game week 2, your tactics will still be loaded in the save, so the other team can go back in and have a look at your tactics like you would do a normal manager. That you go back and have a look at the last game and how they all set up and all that kind of stuff. So like I say, I'll upload the save next bits. Upload the save to our Twitter handle. Go in, download it, manipulate it, play with it however you want, play around with it. Got any questions, DM us, the chat's there, whatever. I'm happy for you to, obviously there's a few things come out tonight about chopping and changing players and bringing people in. That's absolutely fine. Just let us know, whatever. If you want to trade teams, let me know, whatever you want to do. Upload the save, do what you want with it. We'll release a schedule, and then it's all systems go for the first stream. Have I covered everything, guys? Is there anything, the guys who are on the chat, questions that you?
Do you intend to play all the games on one night, or just?
So I mean, I'll probably move that over to Duggan to answer. But the way that the competition works is we'll probably do a match day a night. So it'll probably go I don't know for sure. Oh, I've done that again.
There's a couple where there's only one game on the match day. So I think, like, for example, match day 5 and 6, there's like one game, and then there's like a full card of fixtures.
Yeah.
So get through, Joe. So that would be kind of one stream. So you'll probably have that first game plus the next round of fixtures as one stream. So that'll be kind of one card. So kind of 4 games, and then the same again, and then the same again. It seems to go kind of like one game and then 3, and one game and then 3.
Yeah.
Which hopefully doesn't shaft anybody too much with kind of training injuries. And if you kind of dial in and there's a training injury, then obviously you'll just have to kind of make the change in real time.
Who's got the opening game?
It's Cairo, so it's hosted in Egypt, isn't it? So I guess it's Egypt, Liberia, it's in Cairo.
Come
So it's Hopkins versus Tater. The Liberian, they've got no centre half, they've all been shot to shit. So, but there's the schedule for it. So we'll.
And when about did you say it might kick off then?
So I think we could be maybe aiming for kind of Tuesday, Wednesday next week, depending on how quick people get kind of squad sorted and play testing things. I think ideally what we'd like to maybe try and do is kind of run it in the kind of 2-week Super League kind of off season, or the 2 and a bit weeks. I know Fifey's kind of aiming for that kind of second Sunday in December. I think we could had it more or less wrapped up for then.
The only thing is Tuesday and Wednesday usually football league match days, don't they?
You'd be older, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Just saying Tuesday and Wednesdays, you may not get the best turnout.
No, I think it'll probably be kind of a stream a day, maybe miss a day or 2 days, and then a stream. Yeah. It'll not be kind of back to back nights, because that's a massive for everybody.
Yeah.
Cameroon current holders, by the way, just if you bother. Like I say, it was the concept of it is to do something a bit different in between where the downtime is. So it will be short. It'll definitely be finished by Christmas, because I'm not tracking it out. And the winner gets a golden vuvuzela.
It'll be finished next week for the Republic of Congo.
So here's what happens in the group stages, right? It's 4 groups. The top 2 from each group go through, and then the second highest or the second best third places go through as well. And I'm not sure how the quarterfinal works. But we'll see. Someone tested it. I'm sure someone tested it tonight.
Probably the same as most other quarterfinals, mate. It's usually what happens is there's 16 teams, and then that goes down to 8 teams, and then it goes down to.
Yeah, but how do you decide the quarterfinal? You dickhead. What I'm saying is it drawn 16 out of a pot, or do you get rewarded based on where you finish in the league for your respective group and all that?
Magic.
Anyway, we've done the business. Let's move on to the next stage, yeah?
Right.
Okay.
Good night, gents.
Hi, thanks.
Turtles.
See you in a bit, boys.
Yeah.